Well, we are approaching the end of September, kind of the middle of September, but we knew that this week was going to be something special. At least I'm betting for it to be something special. At least everyone thinks in the Nintendo community that something could very well happen this week. Nintendo has cleared the entire month of September for some reason, and this seemed to be the week where something was going to go down. Well, apparently we have new rumors now coming from Fama boards of all places, so we have to take it with a grain of salt. And it's coming from a user that doesn't really have any reputation in the community, but this is all posted on Reddit. I will link it down below. It states, Switch successor is named Switch 2. This is according to information obtained by Fama board user FWD-BWD. Take it and the other information with a grain of salt. Also, production has started, meaning a reveal could be this week. That's super exciting, but it goes on to state, this is brand new info from a Chinese forum poster who didn't have an inside track record. Therefore, the following is strictly for fun and giggles. Switch 2 production has started in somewhere in China, which I don't want to translate. 1,000 units per day apparently is being produced. Edit, this is one worker, not the whole line. It's going to be slightly larger than Switch 1. It's going to have a smaller bezel. It's going to have black and white Joy-Con and a slightly larger logo with the number 2 on the side. That's pretty interesting. So yeah, that's the only information we really have right now. We had to take it all with a grain of salt, but this sounds like stuff that we were kind of expecting. I mean, for a while we've been calling this thing Switch 2, and even Nintendo came out themselves and stated this isn't going to be a super transition jump to a completely different hardware. It's going to follow after the Switch, so that's why we've been deeming it Switch 2. And I've seen a lot of people get mad at me in the comments saying, why are we calling it Switch 2? It's definitely not. It's Switch successor. Well, it looks like it might be the Switch 2, and I think this is the best thing Nintendo could actually do, because they tried something like this with the Wii U by just slapping the U at the end, and obviously marketing was a disaster. No one really could tell what this console was. What is the Wii U? Is it a new type of Wii? Is it just an add-on for the Wii? And it was just very confusing to a lot of new users, where this time it just kind of speaks for itself. This is the Switch, but 2, it's the sequel. It's the second Switch, and I think this is going to get a lot of people excited because that's pretty much what everybody's been calling it in the first place. I think just keeping that name in line with what people's predictions have been is just kind of the best option for Nintendo right now, so I have no problem with the name Switch 2. It makes a lot of sense. Black and white Joy-Con, this is something that also just kind of makes sense. We have black Joy-Con from the basic Nintendo Switch model. For the OLED basic Switch model, it's all white Joy-Con, so combine the two, black and white. I'm sure there'll be other colors too. That's just Nintendo starting it off. But yeah, apparently they have officially started production on the thing somewhere in China, which is pretty, evident as well. It's something that we've been hearing a lot, that production, all these units were being shipped in and parts and pieces. So we knew production was pretty much near, starting at least. So it's good to hear a rumor of production actually starting. And if that's the case, like we've all been saying, this thing can be announced any week now. And that means as soon as the current week that we're on. Now, it's not 100% because I've been seeing some people still consider it happening at the very beginning of October, meaning the first week. I'm still on team this week. I am, and even if I'm wrong, I will wear that Tinkle suit loud and proud. But I really still feel like it's this week. Nintendo has already announced the Mario Wonder Switch bundle as well. This was something that was rumored to come this month as well. That has happened for all regions now. For the States here this morning. It was already announced last week, I think, for another region. But we've officially had that announced for the States. So everything's done as well. Nintendo has pretty much got out everything that they needed. All the trailers for upcoming games. The Splatfest, the final Splatfest, Grand Fest is officially over, and the Splatoon team has announced that they are done giving updates for that game, or at least the updates that they have been given, which is pretty sad, but also it was an amazing closure. As a Splatoon fan, it was awesome to see that little concert that they put up for us, and it was a great way to end the current trilogy. But yeah, it's pretty satisfying, man. I just feel like this is one of those times where everything is truly the calm before the storm. Like, we're getting all this little bit of information and stuff. The schedule for Nintendo is lining up. There's absolutely nothing left for them besides Echoes of Wisdom at the end of this month, which is next week. So this is the prime time week, and I think Tokyo Game Show is coming up very soon. So this is the week that they really want to get some stuff out. So I'm really hoping that either tomorrow or Wednesday they announce a presentation or some trailer or something for the Switch 2 for the following day. Of course, I am currently on vacation, so that's just big whoopoo, I'm kind of torn. I want it to happen this week, but I'm also kind of maybe we should just do it at the beginning of October because I can be back and cover this thing properly. But I'm super excited. I cannot wait to see exactly what this console is going to look like, but I'm more excited for the games, and I've been saying this a long time, and I'm just really hoping that they do decide to show off at least a couple games, or at least one game at the very least. I think that's what's really going to be important for them, because showing off a new console and showing off old games is a big problem. They can't do that, and it's something that Sony's doing right now, showing off this massive, expensive PlayStation 5 Pro, but there's no games. That's the problem. It's just like, that's cool and all, but what are we playing with that? So Nintendo needs to show off some games. If it's the next 3D Mario, if it's the next Mario Kart, if it's just more Metroid Prime 4, whatever it is, Nintendo needs to show it off. And I'm sure they will, because if this console is coming out at the beginning of next year between March and May, odds are they probably want to show off that big Mario game. They probably want to get some time to show it off and advertise it, because they're running out of time. I mean, from now until March, it's like 6 months. We're running out of time. Nintendo needs to show some games, and I think they will here. I think it's the perfect venue for this, but man, I'm just so excited. Now, before I go, I do want to remind you guys that all this is just speculation still. Lots of it's just rumors and stuff that we have to go off of because Nintendo hasn't given us anything official. I am not saying 100% without a doubt expect something this week. I could be wrong, and I am going to pay my punishment for it. If I have to dress up as Tingle, I will. It just seems very likely that this week is the week. It does. It just, everything, like I said, lined up. I mean, Nintendo pretty much shut down the entire month of September, moved all the presentations up into the end of August. We haven't had a direct this month. We haven't had anything this month. Why would Nintendo do that? Why would Nintendo shut down a whole entire month for not a single new announcement? It just seems weird. It seems strange. It's been quiet for the last couple of weeks. It's been quiet all month of September. Something's shaking, and it just feels very strange to me. But like I said, if we do have to wait until October, or at least the first week of October, I still wouldn't complain. I mean, it's still relatively soon, but I am curious to hear what you guys are thinking. Are you on Team September with me? Do you think it's happening this week? Or are you on Team October? Do you think it's happening next month? Or are you on Team neither? And for some reason it's not happening until like November, December, maybe even next year. Definitely let me know down below what team you're on and how you're feeling about this Switch 2. Are you excited about the name being Switch 2 potentially? Or would you rather it be called something else entirely? Definitely let me know in the comments down below, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to talk about soon, whether it's just Echoes of Wisdom information or straight up Switch 2. You're gonna want to be subscribed to the channel. But thank you so much for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.